Hello and welcome to the Tea and a Buddy podcast. I'm Dominic.
And I'm Erica.
And on today's episode, we're going to be talking about US things you can't do in the UK.
Things you can't do in the UK!
Yeah! And she's got sinus problems today, Erica has.
Yes, so every time I laugh or cough or sneeze, my brain feels like it's going to explode.
Just like, you know that feeling, everyone, when you just got...
Do they?
Their heads are going to explode, So we've got a list here of things that you can do in the US, but you can't do in the UK. It's not really a legal thing. It's more like just things that you don't do,
Things that you don't or things that you're not able to?
You're not really able to do, yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, there's some legal stuff as well, mixed in. It's just like a big...
This is going to be a surprise for me.
It's going to be a surprise for you, yes. I mean, I got this off Quora from a user, and her husband is British, he's from England, and she's from California, and she's gone back and forth, and she's noted some differences, and she's made a little list, which makes my research quite easy.
Your research.
My research
Research in quotation marks.
Yes. And her number one on this list... is apparently in the US you can buy topical antibiotics like Neosporin.
Yeah.
For use on cuts and scrapes.
Mm-hmm.
And in the UK that's unheard of for fear of antibiotic resistant infections.
Oh,
so you can't really buy antibiotic creams and stuff in the UK because it's like, oh yeah, you might develop a resistance to it, because your body's going to be like, oh, what's this? I've got to resist this,
Yeah.
So, like if you get an infection that's resistant to antibiotics.
You can buy antibiotic creams over the counter?
Over here? Yeah, I mean, you can get Neosporin's got it.
Is Neosporin an antibiotic cream?
You've got, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's topical antibiotic, it's not like an actual, antibiotic, but it's...
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I thought it was, I guess.
But then again, apparently in the UK, you can buy codeine over the counter.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely need a prescription for that.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I think they call it something different, but yeah, you can buy, stronger painkillers over in the UK.
That's weird, because I know that I've seen people talk about before that British people are surprised when they come to America that you can buy, huge things of ibuprofen.
Oh, yeah.
And Tylenol and things like that, because in the UK...
it's
a
limited.
Pharmacy, you can only buy
because
you can only buy it in small quantities.
Because people, and also in pharmacies, they have people who are addicted to drugs, like narcotics and stuff. They've got a program where they administer it,
yeah,
to you, to give you your fix, so you don't overdose and stuff.
I think that exists over here. I'm not sure, but I don't know about in the pharmacies.
Yeah,
but...
my sister. Well, my sister always talks to me about her eldest. My niece. She works in a pharmacy, and she's like, "Oh, I don't really like her doing that because all the druggies come in."
Yeah.
And I mean they are full on,
Mm-hmm.
and it's you have to administer it, and I think it's for legal requirements,
I think that exists over here, but not in pharmacies. I think it's a separate place that happens.
You go into the pharmacy, they give you a pill, and that's it,
Yeah, whatever, yeah.
That's
is that over here we have methadone clinics?
Kind of like that, yeah.
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 Okay.
I mean, I'm not sure on the details, but I've heard of that.
But that just happens in any old pharmacy in Britain.
I guess participating ones.
Yeah.
Like Boots or something, maybe you can go into Boots and get your hit, as they say,
Yeah.
And number 2 on the list is in the US you can turn on your light switch from inside the bathroom. In the UK, it's illegal to have the switch that controls the lights inside the bathroom.
Yeah, I mean...
Though you can have a light that is turned on by pulling a chain inside the bathroom.
Yeah, I mean, I experienced this in your house.
Yeah, you were just where's the light?
Yeah.
In the bathroom.
I think that in older houses over here in America, I'm sure that I've been to places where that happens also.
Yeah.
Older places. So I think that I probably just assumed that your house was like that because it was old. rather than that's a thing in all houses across Britain.
Yeah. I mean, I've been in houses. I've had houses where it's like, yeah, we've had to pull cord to pull the light on. You know, it's like a safety thing. It's like code. You know, so you don't electrocute yourself.
Yeah.
What?
So you don't like?
I mean, there's nothing to stop you coming out of the bathroom with wet hands and sticking, you know, and hitting the light switch and going, you know.
Because they used to do a lot of like metal light switch plates, you know, the plate that goes around the actual light switch. They used to be made out of like various kinds of metal in old-fashioned houses. So yeah, if you washed your hands and then flipped the switch, you could get a shock.
Also, the power voltage is much greater in the UK. You know, it's like it's a lot more power you get than over here for whatever reason that is. You know.
Yeah.
So you know, like a mild shock. I mean, you can, you know, it won't kill you, but if you like, you know, held on to it for it might, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think it's that kind of thing, you know, people were like electrocuting themselves in the bath and all that kind of stuff, you know.
People are too stupid to...
Because people I've heard people...
Rich people are too stupid to...
because you know how cold...
their hands are dry before they... No, that's
because not... Because it's that kind of thing, because, you know, years ago, like, you know, when electricity was new, I guess you could say, and they made those electric heaters with the fire bar, and you know how cold it can get in Britain, and in you know, you've got a bath going, and you think, oh, I just want it to be a bit more warm in here, I'll pull in the electric heater from outside and plug it in.
Yeah.
And they pull it in on these long things, and they stick it on the edge of the bath, and it's like, you know, it's an electric thing. They knock that, goes in the water, you're basically a lobster, you know?
Yeah.
You're gone, you know?
I mean, yeah, people just don't think sometimes, do they? I mean...
Because, I mean, I used to be scared of that when I was a kid. It's just triggered a memory in me now. Because I remember once I was a kid and I splashed in the bath and the water went so far up, it went on the light, you know, because it was an exposed bulb.
Yeah.
And, you know, then, you know, I was like, oh, the light just hissed. Oh, you know, I said to my parents, and then my dad decided to tell me a story about people electrocuting themselves in the bath with a fire and, you know, electric fires and lamps and falling into the bath. And so I was like scared for that, you know. I can understand why the UK has decided, oh yeah, let's put the light switches on the outside just in case the light switch just pops off and into the bath, you know.
Yeah. No, I think it was a boss of mine told me a story that he, as a kid, got electrocuted doing that one time because like I just said, the plates around the light switches used to be like made out of metal. Now I think it's probably code that they have to be like plastic, you know, so you're not going to get really anything unless there's kind of faulty wiring inside there, you know. But still, obviously, like, don't touch anything electrical with wet hands.
Yes.
You know, this is totally off topic, but you know us. You know, there's been a bunch of stories lately about kids electrocuting themselves with their iPads because they want to take a bath and watch the iPad at the same time.
And so the pressure's on Apple to make those things waterproof.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
probably.
maybe, but... It's like, yeah, kids taking their iPads into the bath with them, you know?
Well, I mean, that's a whole different...
Yes, that's something completely
kettle
different.
Of fish anyway. Kids being addicted to the iPad, you know, like so addicted that
you kids, you get off your iPads.
Yeah, you kids get off your iPads, or else you will be an iPad one day. You'll just be in it, and you'll be trapped. There you go. There's a show idea. Number 3 on the list, though. In the US, you can actually get back money that was withheld from your paycheck for taxes. You know?
Yeah, what do you mean?
I guess, like,
Oh, Social Security?
No. What do they call it? Tax return. What?
Oh. Yes.
You know, we owe you, you pay too much.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. Yes.
In the UK, what gets taken out gets kept.
That's crazy. So
it's like, I mean, there's tax credits and stuff like that in the UK.
This is a big topic.
It's a big topic because it's
quite complicated,
and it's quite dry. Yeah. Well, and we're here to entertain, not bore you. Whoa-hey, whoa!
I think it's a bit more complicated in the UK.
It's a little bit more complicated in the UK, yeah.
So, yeah.
Because it's all sorts of, like, stuff.
But you still have to pay them in the same way that we do, right? You still
have to pay the government. Yeah, basically, it's...
No, I mean, like, everything's not done for you, because I know everybody says, oh, the UK's a nanny state or whatever.
No, the UK don't send you a thing and just don't send you a bill and go, okay, this is how much
we've taken or whatever.
Yeah, they say, okay, do your taxes.
You still have to do your taxes.
There used to be this advert, tax doesn't have to be taxing.
But so what?
You know, like, kind of like, and that was an advert for, I can't remember what they were called now. Like an HR block and all these other places,
Okay, so you are telling me if you do your taxes in the UK and you overpay, which happens. I mean, that happens frequently.
They more than likely won't tell you, which is weird for this is the weird thing about the UK either, really. Because there's so many watchdogs and stuff of people going, hey, that's not right. What you doing over there, but yet, and of course people know about this, but it's just like the UK government, what you gonna do? It's a case of what you're going to do. We provide... that goes to the NHS. But, I mean, You overpaid, that's a bit more money for the NHS. Goodbye. Goodbye. Bye.
I'm sure that... I'm sure that you get it back, when you retire.
Yeah, and the national insurance contributions, but
same as over here.
That's again another topic.
But they do send you a check if they if you.
Yeah, I know. And they go, oh yeah, I'm looking forward to my tax.
But I guess you wouldn't really know, would you, unless you do them again and figure out that you overpaid. You know what I mean? Like you've done them, you thought you did them right.
U.S. government's quite honest.
You sent in the money, and it's just like the UK just goes. And you're just like la la la.
But like what's his name in Wonderful Life when he gets the 2000, he finds the 2000, and he just keeps it and he doesn't give it to George. Yeah. Old reference there. Sorry. Number 4, in the US, you dry your clothes in the dryer or hang them outside on the line in the sun. Well, I mean, in the US, that's
in the US, you dry your clothes in the
dryer or hang them outside on the line in the sun. Yeah. I mean, we talked about this before about washing lines and stuff. They were a bit old-fashioned for you, weren't they?
Well, yes. I mean, the house I lived in previous to this one had one of those like spinny things on the pole. I don't even know what they're called. We never ever used it. And you hang the clothes on that. It's not a straight line like from one side of the fence to the other. Yeah. It's a separate standing thing, and it has
those became
an umbrella type thing around it.
Those became popular in the UK in the early 90s. I remember when we put a patio in and we decided to get one of those what do they call it? Revolving washing lines.
Yeah.
The thing. But now, I mean, when I was a kid, when it was like raining outside and you couldn't possibly put your clothes on the line, they dry them on the radiators, and those were like antiquated radiators and all that. And she says here, in the UK, which is damp, very damp, or extremely damp, you dry your clothes on racks in front of the wall-mounted electric heater. The washing machine itself is in the kitchen, which is another thing that weirds people out. It's like, well, where else are you going to put the washing machine?
Well, in the washroom.
In the washroom. It's like, oh, it's so nice for you that have all this space.
I mean, yeah, people do dry their clothes on a line over here, obviously. Like, little old ladies do that.
Yes.
No, and people who are more, like, energy conscious, they will dry their clothes on a line because obviously, it takes a lot less energy to just not use any energy. You just put them over a line and, have the sun do it for you. It's like, it's a lot better for the environment, obviously.
Yeah.
So I think people do that, but we've had this discussion before in another podcast. I can't remember. Somebody was all disgusted that I said that I didn't like the smell of clothes when they come in from outside.
Yeah, somebody was really
somebody was
annoyed
like, what do you mean you don't like that smell? That's the best smell ever. And I'm just like, it smells like outside. It smells like dirt. Like, when my clothes are clean, I want them to smell clean. I want them to smell like they're just clean and fresh. Like, not that they've been blowing in the dirty wind, you know?
I mean, technically what happens is you can put clothes in the airing cupboard, which is where you used to keep your boiler, and it would keep them warm and everything, you know?
Yeah.
But nowadays, like, boilers and stuff, they're getting smaller and everything, and airing cupboards are old-fashioned and what have you, you know, you usually keep your towels in there.
Yeah. I don't know, yeah. That's annoying.
Yeah, I mean, I
find it really...
I haven't lived in the UK for 10 years now.
Yeah.
So my knowledge is, the UK goes quite fast in terms of that kind of stuff. It's like what was in 10 years ago is very much out now, you know?
Yeah.
So my knowledge is quite not up to date with like things. I could go back there and say, oh no, we don't use irons anymore. We use the steamers.
Yeah.
We steam things now. We're steaming. Everyone's doing that.
I don't think that's
we don't watch
just
telly. We don't watch telly in the living room anymore. You know, we don't drink tea anymore. We drink this stuff that's better than tea, you know? I can't believe it's not tea.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's that kind of stuff. Whereas over in the US, things kind of seem to move at a slower pace.
Unfortunately.
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, because everybody's got to agree, and, you know, you got 50 states going, nah, not going to do that.
Everybody's got to agree. It's democracy. It's just like, oh.
Whereas in the UK, it's like, okay, you're doing this, get on with it. And it's like, oh, we've got to do this now, have we? You know, we've got to stay indoors, have we? We got COVID-19 emergency. What's all this?
Oh my gosh.
But number 5 is, yes, the comments about distance are true. My husband and I figured out that it is almost exactly the same distance from our house in the Bay Area in California to my mother's house in Idaho as it is from his old house in Newcastle to his mother's in Cornwall. The drive in the US takes about 10 hours. The train trip in the UK took better than 14 hours. And she said driving would have been unthinkable. Not really. I mean, unless you were hitting heavy traffic in everything, you know? But, I mean, you know...
Not really what? That driving would have been unthinkable?
Yeah, driving would have been from Newcastle down to Cornwall. You know how British people are about driving.
Yeah.
It's like an hour away is a long time to them.
Yes, they have to stop and have a cup of tea. No,
not even. They might go, we have to stop overnight. Yes. And it's like, it's just an hour. Go for it. It's
we
like, no.
We literally saw that happen on some show.
It was 3 hours. It's like, oh, we're going to have to stop overnight. And they said that. It was like they were traveling down from Yorkshire to London. And it was like a 2-3 hour journey in the car.
It was on the highway as well.
It's like 200 miles at most, maybe 150.
It was on the motorway. It wasn't like it was on the back roads.
It wasn't it was on the motorway. Yeah. 3 hour journey at most in the car. It's 3 hour train trip too, which they do. You know, it's like you can't stop on a train and go, we have to, you know, find a hotel for the night and, you know, continue the journey tomorrow. Where, you know, like driving from here up to the panhandle of Texas.
Yeah.
You know, we've done that several times. Just go, you know, 9 hours in the car, you know, no stopping. I mean, except for like toilet breaks and food or whatever. But it's like in the UK, people are like, yeah, that's like a 3-day journey people in a car. That's like 9 hours. That's a 3-day journey. That, you know, before we even get there.
Yes.
You know?
I mean, many times I have driven from Austin to Dallas for a concert that starts at like 8 p.m., you know, 2-hour concert, maybe 3 hours, and then driven back home. And that's a 3-hour drive for anybody listening
6 hours.
Has no idea. Yeah.
3 hours in the car, people cannot abide it. It's like, oh, you know, it's like, oh, I'm going from Bristol to London, which is 2.5 hour journey.
Yeah.
You know, central London to Bristol. People looking at, oh, Bristol's far away. London, that's far away. Mm-hmm. It's where I used to live in Wales. It was 4 hours to London.
Yeah.
In a car and train.
Yeah.
And, you know, people, I remember once being told, you know, we drove to London once. And I was like, yeah. And it's like, oh, we were driving and we just drove to London. like it was something like, oh, you know, how did we do that? I was like, oh, we just kept driving. And before we knew it, we were in London 4 hours, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like they didn't mean to go to London. They just decided to drive and see if they could do it, you know, I guess, or something. Oh, we drove to London. Yeah, we drove to London. Big, ooh.
Yes.
And, you know, you think it's like half this, it's just, you can just about fit it into Texas, you know, the whole of the UK.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Including Northern Ireland, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like people driving, oh, it's a long way, oh, you know.
Yeah.
They're the typical, like, you know, and these are the people that go to Ibiza and Marbella and Cape Verde and Tenerife. And, you know, they'll get on a plane to go 2 hours.
Yeah.
To go there. But, you know, 2 hours up the road to Manchester or whatever, nah, not doing that. That's too much of a journey for me.
We were recently watching... I've been binging Celebs Go Dating on Channel 4 with our...
Shout out to Rob Beckett.
Shout out to Surfshark VPN.
Yes.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Hashtag not sponsored. You have done us a good service there, because we haven't just been
We really need to deal with
Surfshark,
you guys.
Yeah.
We have been binge watching Celebs Go Dating.
We haven't really just been that. It's been I've looked on their box sets. They've got Father Ted on there. They've got The In-Betweeners. They've got Derry Girls. We just did finish Derry Girls again.
Mad Fat Diary.
Mad Fat Diary. You know.
Yeah.
You watch that. I mean, you've been on the reality shows with Made in Chelsea and.
Yeah, there's just so much to explore, you guys.
Yes, because I mean, Vanderpump Rules has been off the air here, hasn't it?
For a while.
So you need to turn to other English language
Housewives
realities.
Kind of over, you know.
Yeah.
Vanderpump Rules, I'm still waiting, but we'll see. Anyway, we just watched this episode. Well, it was a while ago now. Watched this episode of Celebs Go Dating, and one of the girls on there, I can't remember, I think she was from Essex. And she took the train from London. Oh, we're going to send you on a date in Manchester. I'm assuming the train ride from London to Manchester is 4 hours. 4 hours, absolute
Up
max,
to it's about the same to Liverpool.
But it was definitely no longer than 4 hours, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you would have thought she was traveling to the ends of the earth. She was complaining and complaining and complaining the whole time. And I just thought it does not matter who this guy is that she's going to meet. It's not going to be worth it for her. You know, this ride is not going to be worth it, because she was just like, oh my God, how much longer? How far is it? How far does he live?
It's like that story I told you about my gran.
She told me.
Yeah, well, she told you, yes.
Yes.
When driving up. Now, to be fair to her, driving, you know, she was driving. We were driving forever. It was like from Wales up to Scotland. Maybe that's about 6 hours. So... give her that.
Yeah.
We're driving forever. And then we had to get on this boat, and I was like, where's he taking me? To the end of the world.
Yes.
And so it was a good 8-hour journey, you know, up to where we lived in Scotland, you know, from Wales. So
yeah, but yeah, so I mean, obviously on the train, you know, people in Britain think, oof, that's a long journey. We have to take the train.
Yes.
You know? But the train makes it even longer because you have to stop.
Stopping and starting, unless it's like a through on train. But
but a really long journey is not going to be through, really.
Yeah, it's going to stop at a station, and sometimes it'll get stuck at a signal. Oh my God. Remember that time coming back from coming back from London to where I lived, and I was on the phone to you saying, yeah, we're just outside Bristol.
Yeah.
And we've been stopped at a signal because there's some kind of something happened on the line. I guess the line, and we were there for maybe 2 hours stuck, and people were complaining. And some guy was screaming, "This is like the Titanic!"
Oh my God, it's like the Titanic! Slowly going down.
It was very entertaining for me. That guy was, you know. So, but yeah. It's a long journey in the UK. If you're
It's not really.
It's not really, but it's a long journey. You'll find people going, you want to go down there? It's a long journey, innit? And it's only 15 minutes, you know. Number 6, the final one. In the US, you can take classes in high school and in college in both the sciences and the arts. In fact, at most colleges, you're required to. In the UK, you're strongly tracked, though I hear this is changing, to take either math and science type classes or take literature and history type classes. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that, really.
What? So, what? she's saying
strongly pushed.
Encouraged,
yeah. And I mean, this is changing now, but, you take maths or science.
Mm-hmm.
And
don't take any of the, arts.
Or literature and history.
Yeah.
Because that's what you do. You go to university, you go to Oxford. I'm reading history at Oxford.
I don't know if that's right, really.
I'm reading history at Oxford and Cambridge, actually.
Because one of the things I think that's interesting that I've always heard about schools in Britain is that they really start to prepare you for actual jobs while you're
maths and science
while you're in school. No, but I mean, you guys do kind of like internships, don't you?
Well, I did like a work experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that, but it was like only for like a week, I think.
Yeah, but still, we don't do that in school over here. So from what I can tell,
that was when I was like 15, I think.
I mean, what she's saying is right. Like, you can take anything that you want in school. If you want to take basketball for a class because you're on the basketball team, you can do that.
Yeah.
And it's just a little bit like
they kind of forced you when I was 15. They'd be like, what do you want to do at the careers kind of thing? What do you want to do with your life?
Yeah.
So I go, well, I want to be an accountant.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, we'll get you a little internship at an accounting firm. It's like, well, what do you want to do, Dominic? So, well, kind of want to do something with music.
Uh-huh.
And so they sent me on tour with the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
Good old British school system.
No, I mean, I said that, and they sent me to this guitar tutor. They got it all figured out for me, and I remember him. He was actually in a band. They had a minor hit. So I got some like chatting with him, and watched him teach these kids at school how to learn play guitar.
Yeah.
But most people are like, oh, working at so and so. It'll be like that, and they didn't really get some great ones. I mean, I remember a girl saying I want to be an accountant, and she was sent to like do an accounting thing with someone in Swansea, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she went on to like work for PricewaterhouseCoopers, which is a big accounting firm, and I think one of the biggest in the world, actually.
Huh.
So, I mean, people have a good idea when they're 15 what they want to do, which is great,
Yeah.
But some others don't,
I mean, so I guess that's true, right? Like they sort of are going, take more realistic kind of classes, things that are actually going to help you in the future.
You're not going to be a rock star.
Yeah.
Settle at the accounting firm.
Yeah. Like, you're on the basketball team here in high school, but let's face it, you're not going to be professional. So, like, think of something else.
Think of something else,
Whereas
boy.
in America, America's like, dream big.
Dream big.
You can achieve your dreams.
You can achieve your
You
dreams.
can go on
the streets are made of gold.
Kim Kardashian.
Cool Whip. Anyway.
Yeah.
Speaking of dreaming big.
That was interesting.
We have some patron benefits.
We have some new patron benefits that we are rolling out this week, or that we have rolled out, I guess, by the time you listen to this. If you don't know what Patreon is, it is a site where you can gain benefits by contributing financially to our podcast. Why would you want to do this? It's sort of a PBS type thing because you enjoy our programming and you want to help support us.
Yeah, this is the PBS. When you've just watched Paul Dark.
Yes.
And it's like, if you'd like to enjoy more programs like this.
Yes, consider becoming a sponsor.
And we're just standing in the studio awkwardly while people mill around us. I'm sorry, but you're not going to get the entire Dean Martin roasts collection from us. If you have it and you want to send it to us, great, because Erica's been wanting to see it.
If you order the entire set of Dean Martin roasts for $350, we'll send you a PBS T-shirt.
Well, we might send you a Tea and a Buddy t-shirt. We do need to get merch.
Oh, God. Who wants that merch, though, honestly?
You do, don't you guys? Come on.
Yeah, but so we've had different benefits, just to kind of get us going earlier on. But I think that we have come up with better benefits now.
Much better benefits.
Without sounding weird. So at $1 per month, you can become a tea maker. This is the tea maker
this
level.
Is the basic, yeah. It's what I started at. It should have been my work experience, actually.
Where you have access to our exclusive Discord chat room, plus our undying love and appreciation, of course, at $2 a month, which we will be getting rid of the $2 level eventually. We're leaving it now because we actually have a patron in this category.
Yeah, and we don't want to pull the rug out from under them. So.
Yeah, so we're going to leave it for a while, see if they would like to, move to one of the other levels, but eventually we'll be phasing this level out. So $2 is the tea lady, and basically you get the same things at the $1 level.
Yeah.
Plus even more love. Double the love.
Double the love. Double the money. Double the love.
Oh my God. You guys, you do not have to listen to this part if you don't want to.
Yes, you do. You want to hear about the benefits. It's the greatest.
Cringy. It's so awkward to say these things.
They want to hear about the benefits. Come on.
We've got to do what we've got to do in order to keep producing these podcasts. They don't make themselves, $3 a month is our tea drinker category.
Tea drinker.
You'll receive everything from the previous tier, plus one 15-minute patron-only podcast delivered monthly. So basically,
that's exclusive.
You're going to get... Yes.
What you're hearing now is like the public one.
Mm-hmm.
But we've already got some exclusive podcasts or episodes up
only
on Patreon. And only our patrons have heard them.
Mm-hmm.
And we do crazy stuff in those, don't we? we go all out in those, don't we? Really.
But yeah, so if you're interested in having more content from us, consider joining the $3 level. We were doing like one podcast every other month. Now we're going to be doing them monthly. So go check that out if that interests you. At $5 per month, you become our tea lover, and you get... Okay,
you love tea. You love tea.
You love it.
Yes.
You'll get everything from the previous tiers, plus your name will appear on our Wall of Fame page on our website.
Yes.
And I think we'll leave those permanent. So $5 a month, you get your name up there on the website in our, endless gratitude. You'll also gain access to a monthly live Discord chat with us.
That means you'll be talking to us live in real time.
Yeah.
We'll explain if you don't really know what Discord is. It's just like a chat room. It's a server you can join. It's like an exclusive server. You'll be interacting with other fellow patrons and us.
Yeah. You'll have access to chat with other patrons anytime. And
we might even do live streams on there, talking like this,
Yeah.
Like
you
live
can do
chats.
voice.
You can do. Oh. Yeah. So we can probably just chat to you, and you don't even have to talk back to us. You can just listen to us like you are now.
How fun for you!
I will read out in real time. It'll be like a live stream.
In addition, you'll also receive one holiday card from us per year at the $5 level. At the $12 level, which is the next level. That's our tea connoisseur level. You get everything from the previous tiers, plus a shout out toward the end of our podcast delivered twice per month. So we'll actually say shout out to
you,
Sam Thompson.
She's obsessed with Sam Thompson. Sam Thompson's never going to be a patron of ours, okay?
Shout out to Sam Thompson for becoming a patron this month or whatever, for continued support. That'll be a toot. Oh, you guys, I can't even speak. That'll be delivered twice per month at the $12 tier. You'll also, at this level, eventually, once we start doing YouTube videos, gain early access to the YouTube videos.
Yes. Once we start actually doing YouTube videos with our faces in them.
Yeah, so at the $12 level, Tea Connoisseur, when we start doing YouTube videos, in my mind, I'm going to say we're going to release them on Patreon like
First.
3 days
3 days,
before we put them on YouTube.
Yeah, before we make them live on YouTube.
Before we make them live, yeah. Because I guess we can just put a link. I'm not sure how that works. We'll figure it out.
Well, I know how to do it. Okay. I know how to do everything now.
Dominic is an expert.
I'm an expert now.
And then the last and final level is $30 per month. Tea Enthusiast. You get everything from all of the previous tiers, plus a box of a few of our favorite, either British, Texas, American, whatever, goodies delivered by mail 1 time per year.
You're going to get a box of tea, basically.
It'll be more than a box of tea for $30 a month.
No sandwiches, though, because they might go moldy.
Yeah, I think this is so fun. I'm so excited for somebody to join this level just so we can like go shop and pick out little things that we like. And
to show our love and appreciation for that tier.
And I think we'll probably deliver that, at the end of the year.
Yeah, it'll be like a Christmas thing.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, yeah, we'll see. But it'll be one, you'll get it 1 time per year. A box of, I guess it could be your choice. So if you're British and you want Texas or American things, just let us know that. If you're American, you want British things, let us know that. Maybe if we're in Britain at some point, it'll just automatically be British stuff.
It will be. You'll be getting a load of candy.
Yes.
If I have anything to do with it, you will be getting a lot of candy.
Yeah, so I think that's fun. Hopefully you guys are happy with these new benefits.
Yes.
We put a lot of time into thinking.
Well, Erica came up with most of them, so yeah. The credit
don't put the blame on me.
The credit goes to Erica, everybody.
Yeah.
Creative genius here.
We tried to think up what would be some fun things if we were our patrons. And obviously we're welcome to suggestions too. So if you are a patron, feel free to go to our Patreon page and leave us any suggestion about anything, about podcast ideas, about anything, anytime.
Yeah, we're always open to topics, so.
Yeah. Benefit suggestions, just whatever you want to see and hear from us. Oh, did I not read out? At one of the levels, you're also going to get occasional, like, extra pictures from us. We'll try to start posting pictures.
They'll be, for the patron feed, yeah.
On our patron feed, yeah.
That's at the $3 level.
That's at the $3 level. Okay, yeah.
To unlock photos of us.
Lucky you.
And our cat, and what we're doing.
Not like OnlyFans type things. It's just gonna be
no. You'll have to join our OnlyFans for that one.
It's just gonna be cute little pictures of us going around. Like, oh, here's my new bedspread. I don't know. Okay, anyway.
You really want to see the bedspread. Come on.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate your support as always. If you have made it to the end of this podcast, we really, really appreciate you. And you don't have to become a patron to support us. You can always just share the podcast with your friends and family.
And we appreciate those who have, so thank you very much.
Yeah.
And also thanks to our patrons.
Yes. Thank you, everyone.
Special thanks to Matt Damon, too.
Oh my God. We gotta go. We'll talk to you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah.